Oh, what's good, everyone? It's your boy, the best in the world of what I do, the homie Meech. You tuning in to another episode of Space the Place. We outside once again doing our thing. Back with another episode. You feel me, ladies and gentlemen? Joining me as always, I got my two co-hosts, Sammy Yeager and Tabby 2B. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Doing good.
Great to hear. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Make sure to keep the streams up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Amazon for Podcasters, the whole nine. As always, follow our Twitter account at Spaces the Place. You feel me? And our individual social medias as well. We got a lot of topics to going on for the year. You know what I'm saying? Social media is always ever evolving with something. We always got something to talk about. So you will be expecting an episode every Monday from us, scheduled on Spotify and to be released on all the other platforms as well. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate your guys' support. You know what I'm saying? 2026 is our year and 2027 will be our year as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this. I found an interesting clip on on Instagram that caught my attention, and I wanted to share it with you guys and get our thoughts on it first, like we always do. Get our thoughts. Let the clip play, process the clip, and give our overall thoughts about it, and then like we just give a response to the question at hand. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with y'all. Make sure. Can we see that, ladies and gentlemen?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and see what they got to say.
Michael Jackson, in this day and age, does not reach the heights of success that he did. On the basis that it's overly saturated. I'm not saying he's not as talented. We consume so much music, so much entertainment, so much media that people can't hyper-focus on one talented person like that.
They do it with Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift and Michael Jackson are not even in the same... Like, Michael Jackson's gone.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying he could dominate every single media outlet there because there were limited numbers of media outlets. Do you get me?
No one has that stage presence. So regardless of many outlets or something, it's clear already.
Regardless of whether it's breaking through or already being in the industry, I think he'll stand out. Yeah. I'm saying the levels of obsession and infatuation with him would not be the same because there's too much distracting people now.
When you look at the way people are with someone like Ronaldo or Messi, there's still that like cult following of like, oh my, like this person. Yeah, like that. I think it's hard to say.
Go up to that stat. An estimated 4.8 billion fans worldwide in the 1990s. That's more than half the population of the world being a fan of Michael Jackson.
I don't know. I don't think I agree.
Sidemen breaking through now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you now.
Do you get what I'm saying?
If Sidemen were to come through right now, people aren't going to be as fixed on Sidemen.
Do you get it?
Okay, I get what you mean.
Michael.
So what did we think about that? What do we think about that clip and from his perspective of what he how he thinks Michael Jackson will be viewed in today's climate based off of his metric?
What is his metric?
Basically, he's saying like in today's climate, the heights that Michael Jackson reached within the 80s and 90s, it wouldn't be the same due to all the music that we consume nowadays and how everybody he's saying like the music scene is oversaturated, that not everybody can focus on just one artist in particular. You have different plethora of artists from each spectrum nowadays, where it's like kind of like in a sense like microwave music in today's, you know how people go on to say an artist drops an album, everybody's talking about that for like the first couple weeks, the month, and then immediately they're going on to the next new thing. So I want to say in that sense, he doesn't think that Michael will be able to sustain that popularity that he once had in his era in today, due to that type of oversaturation of music and the lack of people letting albums kind of like let the let the audience be able to consume the product for for a period of time before going off to it. Because he meant because like you said, he said it's an oversaturation thing with us, and I kind of agree with that. Like it's a lot of microwave music now in today's world. With like TikTok, what I'm saying, everything's just fast consumed content. Nobody's letting
Mhm.
nothing stick for real. So it does beg the question, like, would someone of that caliber, like a Michael Jackson, would he be able to garner the same level of success that he had in the 80s and 90s?
You mean keep this? But hold on. So
If
if Michael Jackson was still alive, would his career still be like who he is?
Like in the
Yeah,
prime of his career, like him going solo from his brother starting his own solo career, like the Bad album, Thriller,
Yeah.
those like his heyday.
Yeah, if you dropped Michael Jackson in today's world of like media and all that, would he have reached the same stardom and popularity that his 80s and 90s self would have been able to claim? Because it makes you think. Like me personally, I do think Michael Jackson would be able to reach that popularity, because it's that you always come around, you always have those artists that come around be like, yo, this guy has the it factor. Or you have those people that come around once every generation, whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's any type of like professional thing that they do. They're like, oh yeah, this is a once in a generational type of person. And obviously, if you've seen like the autobiographies of Michael, like he was a once in a generational type person. Like he was the one of the family, like, yo, you gonna be the one to go, you gonna take the Jackson name far. And like, if you look at it, he did it in a time where we didn't have social media, we didn't have the internet. This was in a time where like you had to witness his greatness in person. You had to witness it on the news,
or you were told, like, media had more of an influence. Well, not more of an influence, but it was more controlled. What companies and record companies put out there, people took, essentially. Whereas today, we kind of have a choice. I don't have to listen to every artist that's out there. I don't even know half the people out there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mitri. I think he would maintain his same stardom, in my opinion. Like he wasn't just America's sweetheart. He was the world's sweetheart.
Mhm.
Like we can't think small here. We got to think big. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
Like,
think many of us can fathom his popularity. Even like, and you're like, I'm 30.
Like
you
his
can't fathom-
popularity, you had to actually you had to see him
witness
grow
it.
up into what he became. Like if you were born in the 60s and 70s, like
You
some of
saw
our
it.
parents, you saw this young man. You saw him start from the Jackson 5, and then you saw him mature, and then when he went on his first solo album, like
Mhm.
it was like nothing like anything anybody ever seen. And
Yeah.
and we're relatively young, of course. Like Tav's the oldest one out of the three of us, but even then, like Tav
We
wasn't
got the
around.
remnants of it. Like we kind of,
I was
have
say
an
like
idea, but someone younger, like early 20s, teens, they don't have the, I guess, the imagination to think of someone being as popular as he was without social media.
like you have to go back. Like there's a reason as to why, like, and it always happens, because like there'll always be like TikTok clips of, because like when people who are like younger than us, they don't really know how popular he was, but when they go on see these clips of him just standing on his stage and has
Super Bowl stage.
just having all these people in the audience just fainting, like
Mhm.
this, like he was doing this in a time where there was no social media, bro. Like you had to still buy albums, you had to still buy vinyl. We were nowhere near like the thought of streaming was not even a thing when Michael was still like,
No. Mm-mm.
Yes,
like not
and
even the internet wasn't a thing. Like even towards his later half of his like career, with like what is it, Dangerous and I forgot his other album, but it's like around that time, like the internet was just starting to become a thing, or like starting to like be in the process of being made. Like, and then you see these young kids that are like what was it? Their late teens, early 20s in 2026, and they're seeing all these clips of Michael Jackson just simply like standing on the stage. And like I said, this man's not moving for 2 minutes and he's just having people faint just from it. Like, bro, and like so what Sam said, Michael wasn't just America's darling. This man had the world in his hand. Like when we
He
talk
really
about people
did.
who are the people who can sit there and say that they had the world in their hands, Michael is on like a very short list. And
Yeah.
I think he might be the only
Only
one, because
one.
he might be the like honestly the only one. Like I know we use that term like they had the world in his hand. No, this brother had the world in his hands. This man was jogging with multiple like military soldiers from different countries, my
Mm.
guy. Like, brother, I don't know if it's true or not, but it probably is true. But there's a story that like if you was it the They Don't Want to Care About Us music video, that one, apparently he wanted to do that video, and I think it was in Brazil, but they was like, "Ah, we not really trying to do it like that." I don't know if it was the governor or the mafia of Brazil at the time. They called up and said, "Hey, yo, Michael is good. We got you." Like, bro, you know how
Yeah.
crazy that is?
Yeah, I know what you're
He's
talking
good.
about. They basically
Yeah.
the Brazilian government couldn't guarantee his safety where he wanted to go, like the favelas of Brazil, like the ghetto of Brazil. So
Yeah.
he essentially his people got with like the mob boss, the head dude, head honcho, and he said, "Yeah, Michael's clear. Don't you touch him, it's issues." Basically, type
Like,
stuff.
bro, what?
So
Do you not know how
yeah,
crazy that is? When
yeah,
niggas say they valid, bro, the mafia, yo, hey, Michael's good. Nobody touch him. You know how crazy that is? Like
that
that
is.
when people say aura, bro, that's aura. You know what's going on. We don't even know what was going on in Brazil at that time. But for the mafia boss to hit them with the, hey, yo, Michael is good. Nobody touch him. Brother, what? What?
And
Hold on,
back
bro.
to that original premise, like talking about his popularity today, I think it'd be even more magnified than it was previously, because he came up in a time of talent. Like the music industry, celebrity it's talent, not just popularity. It wasn't your 15 minutes. This man was talented from childhood, like, and then carried it to, bruh, like he would, with social media now, he'd be ridiculous. He'd be
Like,
it
imagine
would
being
be otherworldly how popular he'd be right now.
imagine being able to watch his journey in real time, bro. Like from him starting at the Jackson 5 level and then just
Yes.
doing all these like and like Sam said, he came from an era of talent. Like you had to go on stage and perform. Like
They had like
they-
variety shows, TV shows, like them old shows that they would go on and perform. And that's how they got their music out there. So we don't have that today. Like,
like today you can do like anybody can make a song with a push of a button. If it gains traction, whoop-de-whoop. You don't got to be talented like that. Not to say that those people aren't talented, but no, like he came from an era where you like, brother, you had to dance and sing at the same time. And then get back in your spot and do the same choreography with your brothers, bro. Like, what are we doing? Bro, it's insane.
Yeah.
So going back by old boys metric, hold on, let me make sure I shout them out for real. Shout out to the Family Tie Show, you know what I'm saying? Make sure get that shout out for them. I think I can, but going from his premise, I could see the argument, because it's like in today's society, not everything like it's like I said, it's microwave music or like our microwave brain society, kind of like nothing really sticks for long. But I go up to my counter argument to that is like you know you got one of them ones every few generations. Like with basketball, you had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. You had Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Boxing, you have Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, like Muhammad Ali. Like you have those football, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. You got Aaron Rodgers. You got those people who come in once in every generation that you know that like, yeah, this brother is special. And Michael Jackson is probably the textbook definition of special. Like we're just letting you guys know how special he is from what we were told from our parents. They actually witnessed him. They actually witnessed the rise of Michael. They actually witnessed him doing, was it Motown 35? I don't remember. They were actually remember him doing that, him doing the moonwalk for the first time, him presenting Billie Jean for the first time, like presenting new music as a solo artist for the first time. And it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you thought everything he did before was incredible. The moment he did that moonwalk on that stage, yeah, brother. And then he released Thriller 2. Yeah, pack it up, brother. Pack it up.
Yeah.
You can't release a 9-album song. You can't release a 9-song album nowadays and get that type. That is the highest selling album of all time.
Mm-hmm.
In an era where you still had to buy vinyls. You didn't. Social media wasn't a thing. Streaming was not even in the conversation.
Yeah,
You
didn't
had
hear it
to
on the radio.
You either had to listen to it on the radio, or you had to go
catch the
to
music video.
catch a music video, and you had to go out and get the album. You had to actually go buy the album. And we don't really talk about Michael in that conversation of like music videos. Like he caught that Thriller video. Hey, that's like that's like the standard for like a music video. Even after all this time, bro. Like it's incredible. But going back, like I said, going back to his argument, I can see where it's coming from, because it's like, yes, we have a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, releasing music nowadays. Social media is a very trendy thing. You're on the one thing one day, then the next you're on another. Like nothing really lasts as long as it does. He also mentioned like I guess the obsession with Michael wouldn't be as big. I'd say I maybe well
Can I
I
interject
don't
here real quick? Are we
go
speaking
ahead.
as if he was still alive and he was
No,
still putting on, or
you
if
drop
he?
Michael Jackson in today's time frame. Like
Okay, that's what was throwing me off, because I was like, my opinion is completely different. But okay, all right,
no. Like if you drop Michael Jackson from like, if Michael Jackson was born in like, was it 2010, and you just see the evolution of him from that point on in going into that era. Like I just gave
into
like a
his
random
adulthood type.
into his adulthood, yeah. And he had the same success, the same career, all the same things that happened in his 80s, 90s career. You just place it in the modern era. Would he still be that same successful artist? Would his popularity be bigger? Would it be slightly decreased? Would the obsession of Michael be the same as it was in the 80s and 90s? Would he have that star power that like you can sit there and say like, yo, this man was he was like a legend to people? No, he was like a god to some people. Let's keep it a buck, which is like, I know you're not supposed to idolize any man, but to people who grew up seeing him, especially black people in like the 80s and 90s, bro, they're like, yeah, he's the one. He's the one. So it's like, I would argue that I think the obsession would probably be bigger, especially if you're placing Mike in, like I said, you drop him in 2010 and you're watching his growth through and through to his adult life, and he's releasing the same type of music he did. He's getting he does the same Super Bowl performance. He's doing X, Y, and Z. Like all that stuff is the same. You just drop him in the modern era. Like you drop him in the 2010s, it's definitely worth the conversation.
I think it would be pretty high. Maybe not. It would be high, but not super, because you wouldn't have that childhood aspect, because that's where a lot of people follow him from childhood. If you dropped him in 2010 and he released what?
No. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you drop him in 2010 and you're watching his career from the Jackson 5 to where he eventually becomes a solo act. Because people will think like, oh, like when they think of Michael Jackson, they think of like the solo career. But no, you have to include like the Jackson 5 stuff, because that's where it all began. That's where people started to be like, okay, he's the one that's like, okay, he the prodigy for real. So if you include the Jackson 5 stuff to when he makes that solo turn, is the popularity still there? Like he's still releasing the same music, still doing the same tours that he once did, X, Y, Z. It's just a matter, do you think would the popular, like you said, would the obsession be there, and would his success still be there as well that he once had from the 80s and 90s? I feel like I'm a believer of there's always such thing as the right place and the right time. Like I think the 80s and 90s and the 70s even were like the right place and the right time for Mike to actually like really become the star that he became. Like that's always been my thing. Like Michael Jordan, he had the 80s and the 90s to become the basketball player that he became. Like Kobe had the 90s and 2000s to become as the basketball player that he became. Same with LeBron, KD, and Curry. They all have their specific eras of like, okay, I truly became this type of person. And I think between the 70s and 90s, that's Michael's like that for him right there. That's the perfect time frame. Because could you imagine in the 80s, this brother's dropping Thriller, and the first song you listen to was Billie Jean? Brother, that line of coke is gonna be the greatest line of coke ever. Hold on.
Right.
Brother, you gotta hit a wow. You gonna that first line. Wow, he made this, and he follows it up with what? Beat It? Yeah, I don't know, brother.
Unskippable album. Like,
and it's only 9 songs, dude. Like, brother, the highest rating selling album of all time. 9 songs is crazy. In today's world, boy, that's microwave music to somebody. And they were full-blown songs too. Each song was like, what, I want to say a good 3.5 minutes. And so it's like, hey. So
his music video for Thriller broke a lot of barriers too, because it was almost like a short film. Like music videos weren't really made like that, directed.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like
and I think
he
at the time
the music videos scene.
A lot of black artists weren't shown on what station was it? MTV at the time?
Yeah.
Did his video? I'm not mistaken. So he broke barriers.
Yeah, he really did.
I think that's why I'm struggling with the whole dropping him in today's music, because I'm like, he broke too many barriers and stuff for that to even make sense today. So that's why I'm kind of like quiet on this topic, because I'm like, Michael Jackson as a person and what he did musically made too many changes for it to be like drop him in today's time. And yeah, so
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see.
Now, do you guys believe? Well, do you think he would be as successful in today's climate if you were to drop him in the modern era of music? Or do you think,
if he was still alive?
No, okay.
I could answer that. But
not
dropping
like
him in
50-year-old Mike.
No. If you take Michael Jackson, the person, you drop him in the modern era of how we consume music, and we're seeing his career from the Jackson 5 to when he turns to a solo artist and then all the way until his death. Do you think that that popularity that he had in the 80s, 90s, would that be able to translate in this era?
Jeez. I don't know. I don't know. I really can't answer that. I don't know why I'm struggling with that, but that I just have no answer for that for real.
Yeah, I get you. But
what do you think, Sam? Do you think his popularity would be able to translate?
I think so, because he'd be totally different from what is currently the status quo, which is just get your 15 minutes of clout, your 15 minutes of fame and clout, and get a quick little bag, if that, and then you're yesterday's news. But Michael was here and here to stay. I think he would change the game. For real. Like, people wouldn't be able to keep up with him, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I'm on the fence on both. I do think, I think he would be popular, and like I said, I think he would be popular in today's era of music. If you drop the person Michael Jackson in today's era, you see his career evolve because of how talented he was, not only as a singer, an artist, as a dancer, but just his sound for music is definitely one-on-one. You also got to think of the people who he worked with as well. That's a huge factor as well. Quincy has to be alive as well. You know what I'm saying? He still will work with Quincy, obviously. And I think this sound of music that he has, I think people would be like, okay, we haven't seen an artist like this in God knows how long. And then he just had that worldly appeal. Everybody and their mother loved Michael, bro. It is crazy to think of how popular this man was. We will never have another artist like him. No, we will never have it. I think it will take it'll probably take 2 to 3 generations long after us before they ever get another artist like him. Because I'm always like I said, I'm always it was the right place and the right time for everything. And he was able to do that in an era where you had to witness his evolution. You had to be there. You had to turn on the news. You had to go to the local vinyl store. You had to listen to the radio. You had to watch the Motowns, the Jackson tours. You had to watch those to see his evolution. Nowadays, you don't got to do all that. We don't put a lot of emphasis on talent no more, I would say. So that's probably why we haven't seen as, not to say that there's not talented people out there. It's just it's so few and far between, on top of the microwave society of music and how we consume media. One is in your ear one day and it's gone out the other. We don't have really many artists that can hold the people's attention like that. But with Michael, most definitely, I think he'd be able to hold the people's attention for as long as he did in his heyday. Now, would the level of obsession be there? I think that's a different question. Maybe, because there are people who are obsessed with Michael. You see them clips, bro. Come on, bro. I can't think of any other artist that has their own fans fainting for him for 2 minutes while he's standing up there and he ain't said a single word. And the only thing he has done is take off his glasses, or he just turns the other way, and the crowd gets somehow even louder. Bro,
Baba Booey.
What do you want to? I don't know, bro. That's crazy.
Who do y'all think would be the closest today? I mean, Beyonce's close, but if she's still far, she's a close second, I think, or maybe third. And fame, popularity, being, just
On
loved and admired by the people, by her fans,
I think honestly,
the
bro,
Beehive and all that.
It's Michael, and then it's everybody else who's fighting for that second place, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, she's pretty up there, in
Oh no,
prestige and
don't
career.
listen.
Like she
She's
has
up there, yeah.
a good, stable and consistent career in terms of
Like
talent.
she is a name. Beyonce is a name, but it's like any name that you try to compare it to Michael
It's
to,
just
it's
not
like
gonna hold
nah,
up.
it's not gonna hold
Yeah,
up. And that's
it's
not a
not.
knock to any of these other artists, bro. They are talented in their own right. Like the was it the Beyonces, the Ushers of the world, the James
Mhm.
Brown, the Rick James of the world, all of them, the Princes of the world. Like they were all
Yeah.
super talented, but it's just like Michael was
Yeah.
that one that everybody gravitated like, yo, he's the one right here. Like you couldn't tell him nothing. If Michael were to like be like, you know how Michael's always humble, you know what I'm saying, a little soft spoken verse. He's like, oh, I learned from the great James Brown, you know what I'm saying? Like if that nigga really say, yeah, nigga, I'm the best in the world, who gonna stop him? Who gonna refute that? Like if Mike really got in his duff, he was like, yeah, I'm the best in the world. I'm the best artist. I'm the best performer. I'm the best dancer. I'm the best. Who gonna stop him? Like,
Yeah.
like if he was really on this, like if he was on that type of energy, like you couldn't tell him nothing, bro.
Yeah.
But he was always humble, stayed to himself. But yeah, I think the question is a double-edged sword. It really just depends on how society will be able to consume music, and it's just a matter of because society will allow people to succeed when if they like them or not. And I do think Michael is obviously a talented enough person to be like, all right, the people of today would be like, hey, this Michael Jackson guy is special. You know what I'm saying? Especially black people. We gonna champion anybody regardless. But we seeing young Michael perform, and because I gotta preface this again, like we only know about him through stories, bro, and documentaries and autobiographies. Like we aren't our parents. They got to witness this, bro. They were born in the 60s and 70s, and they saw the Soul Train performances every single day that show premiered on. You had to catch come see the Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5 on Soul Train at 7 p.m. They got to see that for years and years and years until Michael decided, hey, I want to become a solo act. And then from that, the skies was the limit, my boy. Like, couldn't tell that brother nothing. And then not only did he have the community, like, bro, white people were fainting for this black man. What? Brother. Y'all see how crazy that is? White people were fainting for this black man. Had the women just fainting. Ambulances on the side just ready to come rush them in, bro. Like, what are we doing?
How long is that sound? What the?
That was 19 seconds.
Jesus.
Like, if you didn't know, that was the Uncle Ruckus theme. But yeah, like, bro, he had the white women fainting. Like, yeah, he was doing jogs with Chinese military, bro. We talked about it earlier, brother. The mob of Brazil was like, buddy is good. Do not touch him. You know how solid you have to be for the mafia to be like, hey, bro, don't touch him. He's good. They don't care. Hey, you hear stories about the mafia people. They'll do the most heinous things to you in the world. So for them to be like, nah, Michael, good, buddy. We got you. And the dangerous part, they said the governor of Brazil said they couldn't guarantee his safety. Nah. He good. Go ahead and record that music video. Go ahead. Shout out to Michael. You never gonna get another artist like that, bro. You're never gonna get another artist like that.
Yeah, it was.
It's crazy, like.
Yeah.
And
tell us what y'all think in the comments, y'all. Like, y'all think he'd have, if you're a fan, you're older fan, younger fan, just a fan in general, just let us know. Do y'all think he'd have more fame? Less? Do you think he'd hold up? Or no?
Yeah. Do you think Michael Jackson, the artist himself, will be able to have the same popularity that he had in from the 70s to the 90s that he would have in the 2010s to 2020s? Do y'all think that type of popularity was for a one-time thing that can't be replicated ever? Do you think it'll take multiple generations for that artist to ever come around again? Do you think there's anybody that's on that level of a Michael Jackson, or do you think Michael Jackson's just in an upper room by himself? Like, get a conversation going, ladies and gentlemen, because this was really an interesting, little clip that we just decided to be like, all right, let's talk about it. Because, like I said, we had this, we're all 90s kids, so we caught the tail end, like the very, very tail end of like a legendary artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's completely different for people who watch this man grow and to become the artist he's become today. Like he is literally a global icon. Even now, after he died in 2009, like he's still one of the highest streamed artists ever. His album is still the highest selling album of all time. Like, bro, it's levels to this, bro. It's levels to it, and I personally do think that the popularity would, if not at probably maybe like a little sharp decline, but I think his popularity would still be the same because due to like the social media, like I don't think the obsession would be as high due to social media. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the 80s and 90s were a time where you had to watch him become who he was. Not to say that you wouldn't be able to do that now, but I guess people would be more, they would be more, I guess, numb to it, maybe, here in today's climate, I would say, as opposed to like back in the day, like, oh man, do you see what Michael did? Motown, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy did a little spin, moonwalk, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to witness him doing that, bro. But yeah, let us know what y'all think. Get a conversation going. Do you believe he'd reach the same heights as he once did in his era? Like I said, do you think that popularity is only for a select few people that we'll never see again in our generation or ever? Just go ahead and get a conversation. Let us know what y'all think. You feel me? Comments are always appreciated. As always, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Space of the Place. Episodes drop every Monday. You know what I'm saying? We have them scheduled. Also, check out the YouTube channel as well. We'll be definitely be showing the video portion of the podcast as well on there. I'm starting back up doing that. And as always, peace, love, and positivity. Always, we can't wait to get you guys another topic this coming week. Stay safe out there, guys. You know what I'm saying? And deuces, we out.
Ooh.